Okay, so welcome to this webinar. I'm going to push through the content, although we're having some technical challenges. So you want to grab a pen and a paper because I am about to start. Now, I did a live last week with the top, well, things that you could do to advance your career in the last quarter. So I have a slideshow that all the participants in the webinar will receive. You'll receive this in your inbox. And I'm talking about the 10 things that you could do to improve your career in the next 90 days of the year. So number one, if this will cooperate. Oh, for those of you who don't know me, I am the founder of the HR Box. Those are some of my credentials. We operate in every island in the Caribbean, and our purpose really is to help people live their best lives and, kick butts in every aspect of their career. Today, we're talking about 10 top things you can do to advance your career. Okay. So the first thing that you could do to advance your career in 2018 in this last 90 days is to update your resume. Now, it may sound like quite basic and something that you already know before, but if you're job searching or if your intention is to job search in 2019, you can't really start to January or December of 2019 to, you can't wait until then to want to start updating your resume and beginning your job search. The core requirement for beginning 2019 on the upper end of the scale is to make sure that you have your resume ready and your job search plan. So consider having your resume or CV professionally reviewed. I have an example of an updated resume there for you guys to see. There are several resumes that we do at HR Boss depending on the industry you're in so that you could get the optimum value for what you're looking for. I think a standout resume really is the key things that differentiate you from the rest of the pack. Like I said, recruiters get a lot of resumes on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, and we only pull the ones that really stand out to us. So one of the top things you can do for your career this year is to upgrade your resume. Next thing you could do, next change you can make is on this slide. Number 2, improving your personal brand. Improving your personal brand in these last 90 days is crucial if you want to stand out next year. I don't know what your 2019 goals are, but if your 2019 goals are to improve your professional brand or to start a side hustle or to even get a better job or to be known in your profession as somebody credible, you're going to want to improve your personal brand. So I have some tips there on the slide. One, you want to improve your personal style, your online presence, and a professional headshot is something that is really recommended and I would say mandatory. I absolutely hate to see people on LinkedIn with selfies. LinkedIn is not a place where you post selfies. LinkedIn is kind of like the Facebook for professionals, and you can't put a selfie on LinkedIn. So if you have not already invested in getting a professional headshot, I would definitely suggest that you consider getting a professional headshot done. I am actually thinking about teaming up with a company to offer professional headshots at affordable rate. So if that's something that you're interested in, you could just type in the chat. This is a webinar, so you guys could stop me and ask me questions. It's not like we're on live. So if you have questions that you want to ask throughout the course of the webinar, just feel free to ask. If you joined late, the replay will be up for those of you who subscribed. So just check your email inboxes and the replay of the webinar will be up. Okay, so personal style is very important. Your personal style says a lot about you as a professional. Whether you own a business or if you are just working for somebody, your personal style really represents who you are. In the Caribbean, we are very judgmental people. From the time we see somebody enter the room, we have already branded them or judged them in the first 3 seconds of seeing them. We judge them based on their hair, how their nails look, what they're wearing. We already kind of conceptualize what type of person a person is from the time that we see a person enter a room. So your personal style is very important. I didn't really care about my personal style at first. About 2 years ago when I started my business, I was like, I'm good at what I do, and there's nobody else like me. But I started to understand I can't get in the rooms that I want to get into unless I change my personal style. People are not going to take you serious if you do not look the part. So improving your personal style has to be one of the top tips under personal brand. This tip number 2, improving your personal style is something that you really have to invest in. Under online presence on the slide, online presence is so important. Some people say, yo, I don't like social media, I don't like Facebook, I don't like Twitter, I don't like Instagram, but your LinkedIn is so important. I have a whole slide on it. A lot of recruiters now are actually going into LinkedIn, and they are checking LinkedIn as a secondary resource to your application, seeing what articles you read on LinkedIn, what articles you share, what you like. That gives us an idea of how serious of a professional you are, or what professional interests you have. And if you don't have an online profile that is professional, and we search your name and we're just finding a lot of Twitter and Facebook and Farmville, that doesn't really say much about you as a professional. A major part of something that we don't do well in the Caribbean is controlling the narrative of ourselves online, controlling our professional presence online. We do a very poorly job of doing that as Caribbean millennials, professional millennials. So that's the second tip, improving your personal brand. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Tip number 3, creating a LinkedIn profile. Now, coming out of what I just said just now, LinkedIn is challenging the status quo of recruitment. It is challenging traditional recruitment, which is getting a CV, doing a telephone screening, and doing a face-to-face screening. If you're not on LinkedIn, you are disadvantaging yourself, because most recruiters now are turning to LinkedIn as a secondary source after they get the CV. Some recruiters now are actually reaching out to people through LinkedIn. I've known people that have gotten jobs or have gotten offers through LinkedIn. So you really want to build a strong professional LinkedIn profile, and again with a professional headshot, right? Number 2, understanding the role of technology. Technology, like I said, is playing a major part in recruitment. Some people right now aren't even letting you send in hard copy applications. That you actually have to go online and send in your application through a portal. So that portal then links to the company's backend, and they do all of their recruitment online. So you really want to control the narrative again of your professional experience. And number 3, embrace the art of storytelling. Well, there's some people that go to the extent of expanding their personal and professional brand to get in a website. So you may have a website, for example, JamilaHollingsworth.com. And that website is kind of like a portfolio of all the work that they have done. I find that a lot of people who are graphic artists or creatives do it to demonstrate the work they have done in a portfolio that we could see. A lot of professional speakers do it as well. If that is your area of interest, or that's your field, I would highly suggest getting a website that really shows off your work and your portfolio, which makes it easier for whoever wants to do business with you or whoever wants to hire you. Okay. Next slide. Tip number 4, creating a vision board. Creating a vision board is so important. I cannot stress enough the importance of goal setting. Goal setting is so important to keep you focused and to hone in on the goals that you really want to achieve in these last 90 days of the year. You cannot give up because it's the final quarter and say, okay, well, next year we can try this again in January, because you'll get the same result that you get now. Creating a vision board helps you to stay focused. It helps you to visualize those goals every single day that you wake up. The vision board is placed in an area where you could see it, and you could break those goals down into small strategic action plans, and you can work towards them. So creating a vision board is extremely important. We actually have a vision board session coming up in November. So if you are interested, if you can't really figure out the science behind creating your own vision board, you could come and be with ladies like I have on the screen, and work with other people, other like-minded women who are desirous of advancing their careers and, you know, getting it right in 2019. 2019 is the year to level up. It is. And 2018, this last quarter, what we're doing is we're creating a game plan how to kick 2019's butt. I am moving on to the next slide. If you have questions, you could just drop it in the chat. And if I can figure out how to operate the chat, then I'll gladly take questions, because up to now I can't see myself. All right. So the next thing is tip number 5, expand your network. In a small island, many of you here that are tuning in, I'm not sure where you're from. You could probably drop that in chat. You're probably from the Eastern Caribbean or mainly Barbados. But in smaller Caribbean islands, your network is your net worth. You get opportunities for business or for jobs based on who you know. It sounds really bad, but your merit and your education is sometimes not all that matters in small territories. It is very much who you're related to, who you're affiliated with, which school you went to, and who you know and who can do something for you. So I would say expanding your network has to be one of your top priorities in this last quarter of the year. Now, how are we going to expand our network? You can expand your network in several ways. One, you could go to networking mixers. Now, Biba has some really cool networking mixers. They start at about $50, so it's a bit on the pricey end if you're unemployed, but it's a great way to get in the room with people that are CEOs, people that are managing directors, people that have the power to create opportunities for you, whether it's a job or whether it's for you to do business with. So if you do not have a large network, or you didn't went to one of those schools that have a lot of association, you have got to start to build your own network. Now, me personally, I've been very lucky because I went to a school that drilled in you how important networking is. So I went to Combermere, and Combermereans are known for, you know, fraternity and brotherhood or sisterhood and really promoting each other. Even if you didn't go to school with the person in that year group, you know, once you know that somebody went to that school, you try to help them up, or you try to offer them opportunities as best as possible because you guys came from the same fraternity. The job market and the market in general is the same way. If you're looking for a job opportunity, you're going to make some kind of connection. People have to be familiar with your name, either from your personal or professional brand, or people have to know you and know that the work that you produce is good work. People don't hire their job searchers and then their best candidates or their great candidates. Your goal is to move from a regular job searcher to the ideal candidate that people want. And the only way that you're going to move from job searcher to ideal candidate is by your network. People have to remember your name, or they have to remember your face. And the only way they're going to do that is by improved online presence and by seeing you constantly in rooms that mean that you're a professional. So people have to know you do good work. And the only way that people are going to know that you do good work is if you get out there and you start telling people what you do, what you're good at, and what you're looking for. You cannot sit down and assume that opportunity is going to come to you. Whether it's a business opportunity, whether it's a career opportunity or a job, you cannot sit and assume that opportunity is going to come to you. That don't make sense. So in the Caribbean, where opportunities are limited, there's a smaller region and everybody's basically fighting for the same opportunities. You have to make sure that you network. I'm a networking monster. So although I'm an introvert naturally, although people don't believe it, after I log off this webinar, it's just, I'm on vacation all by myself. And after I log off this webinar, it's just me introverted by myself. But I understand for the purpose of my business, I have to be an extrovert. That's how I make money. That's how I get career opportunities. That's how I get business opportunities, by being an extrovert. So expanding your network is definitely a tip that I would suggest. Next slide. Join a professional association. Connecting and engaging is so important. Joining professional associations like JCI Barbados, Rotary Club or Rotaract Club, Kiwanis, Lions Club of Bridgetown, or There's so many clubs and associations that make a value, Toastmasters, that make a valuable impact on people. Some people often underestimate the value of these organizations. I think some people believe that, Toastmasters or these clubs, you have to go to meetings and, they don't have time, it's taxing on you. Some people in these clubs, especially Rotary, they're owners of businesses. They are managers. They are people that could put you on. Even if they can't put you on, they know somebody that could put you on. I think people miss so many opportunities by not joining these associations and joining these clubs. I was invited to speak at the Rotaract Club of Hayfield. And it wasn't a paid speaking engagement. It was free. One of my former interns, she had invited me to speak at the event. And I willingly did it because I wanted to help her. And I didn't expect any opportunities, whether paid or unpaid, to come out as a result. I went, put forward my best foot forward. And as a result, I got 3 paid speaking engagements based on what I had done at Rotaract Club. Now, if I had turned that down based on me thinking that it wasn't a paid speaking engagement or nobody at Rotaract can't help me, I wouldn't have gotten those 3 paid speaking engagements. And as a result, more people, the people that I've spoken for and that have paid me now are referring me to other people to get paid. What am I saying? I'm saying never underestimate where your opportunity will come from. You don't know who you meet in these professional associations that could put you on, who can mentor you, or who could provide advice or point you in the right direction towards opportunity. I've forged so many great mentorships, kind of like organically, from putting myself in the right situation, that I wouldn't have met these people or be in rooms with these people if I didn't intentionally join an association or join the clubs that these people frequent. So what I'm saying to you live now on this webinar is you have to be intentional about putting yourself in the rooms that these people are in. I think it's a lot of people ask me, how do you know the CEO of, Signia, or CEO of Capital, or CEO of whatever? And I'm like, I spoke on a panel that he spoke on, or I attended an event, I introduced myself, and we clicked. It may sound really stupid, but we clicked. And I was very honest about my intentions, and we had a really, you gotta realize these people are people too, People that run businesses and people that are in high positions are humans. They have the same interests that we have. They do the same things that we do. And I think we become so intimidated by their status that it hinders us from forging meaningful relationships with these people. And once I got over that fear, being in professional association with them kind of like made them less intimidating for me. And once I got over that fear, opportunities started to open up. So I want to challenge all of y'all in the webinar, Crystal, Kamisha. There are 2 Kamishas, Nisha, Shakira, and Vanessa. I want to challenge all of you guys to join some kind of professional association. If you can't join, try to attend at least 1 or 2 mixers a year, or try to attend some event that the professional association has. There are speed networking sessions. If you guys could go to that, that would be very, very helpful. Tip number 7, mastering work-life balance. For the end of the year, let's try to master work-life balance. Now, I have a problem with this. I didn't really quite get the work-life balance thing. I thought that if I went on vacation, that my business would fall down. But here we are. I'm on vacation 18 months later, and the business is still running. We're still doing this webinar. We still have clients. Work-life balance is very important in order to produce the best work possible. And I think some of us think that things can't get done unless we're there, and that's a lie. Because if we fall ill or drop down dead, we will be easily replaced at our jobs, or the company will still run, right? So I think understanding that work and money and career is not everything, and there are other things in life that are more meaningful, like family members and our loved ones that we need to spend time with. I think that's a major key. So mastering time management and mastering how you're going to balance work and life for the next 90 days has to be forefront of your mind if you're going to kick 2019 in its ass next year. I fell down in this category really badly but I'm trying to do better. On my vision board for this year, I had spent at least one day a month with my best friend or with my girlfriends. We fallen out really badly. We started out really strong in the first quarter, and then everybody kind of got busy, but we're trying to get back on track in these last 90 days so that rolling over into 2019, it will be kind of a breeze, right? So that's the 7th tip, mastering work-life balance. Tip number 8. Now, there's only 10 tips. So if you have any questions, you could go ahead and ask any questions that you may have. And again, you guys don't have to write because the slides will be emailed to you guys. Expanding your skill set. Now, in these last 90 days, last quarter, the last run for the touchdown, you have to expand your skill set. You cannot go into 2019 with the same skills that you have in 2018. The whole purpose of leveling up is to level up in everything, your personal style, your finances, and your skills. Leveling up in your skill set is exactly what you guys that signed up for this webinar are doing this morning. You got up of your bed early at 10 o'clock, signed in for the webinar, and you are eager to develop personally and professionally. The reason why you want to expand or develop yourself personally or professionally is because you know that greater is in store for the rest of the year or for 2019. You cannot kick ass, or you cannot have a professional advantage over your peers if you're doing the exact same thing that they're doing. You have to do more than your competition. You have to do more than your peers. You have to do more than your former self in order to get to where you're going, right? So you have to put in more work. So think about what is it that I do well? What is it that I do with ease? What is it that I need probably improvement on? I need to go from there. So look at your current skill set, what you do well, what you need to do better at, and you need to find ways. There are programs that offer skills training for free. You know, like we're doing free webinars right on to the end of the month via this platform. All these videos you will get to save and replay, sharpen up your skill set, develop yourself personally and professionally, right? But there are other programs that, again, listen now. I should type it in the chat so everybody has it, that you can use to like learn and train yourself. So the first program is lynda.com. Lynda.com has, I can type it in the chat so everybody can see. Lynda.com has training in everything on the sun. You can teach yourself all the new language on lynda.com. I typed it in the chat. Cool. The second one is Skillshare. You can learn everything under the sun that you want to. Everything on the sun that you want to learn, you can learn in lynda.com. I never think that you are too good that you can't learn something from somebody else, you know. Like for me, I've been doing HR in itself for 7 years. But every year I go to an international conference. Every year or every day I'm reading about some new thing in terms of, you know, some new element of HR, something new like employee engagement, or, you know, how to build high performing teams. Every day I'm thirsty for new knowledge so that I could digest, take what I have to take from it, and come back and share it with you guys to make you guys better. Because my goal is to help you kick butt and take names in every aspect of your career. And I believe that we are the career consultancy that get people to where they need to be in a holistic approach, not just career-wise, but like holistically, living their best lives possible. So tip number 8, again, expand your skill set. I dropped the links to the pages in there. If you guys have anything to ask, just drop it in the chat, and I would answer your questions. Okay, no questions? Okay, good. Next slide. Tip number 9, there are 10. Start a side hustle. Starting a side hustle is so important for 2019 if we're leveling up. Remember, we're talking 10 things to make us level up, help us to level up at the end of this quarter that could take us into a successful 2019. One income right now in Barbados, especially, is no income. A one income is no income. You have to be working for ridiculous money in order to live comfortably and happy in Barbados right now. The rate of the taxes and gas, I think the cost of living in Barbados is so exorbitant, and I feel it more when I travel. Like right now I'm in Miami. I'm going to Jamaica next week, and I think I even realize it more. I am like, how we live? Like, like, how do we live off of what we earn? And I think a lot of people are comfortable or have this mindset. Society teaches us go to school, get a good job, and build a home and buy a car and start a family. But it is increasingly difficult now to attain all the things that we want to attain with the kind of salaries that we earn. Is really difficult. I think that I was having a conversation with my parents, and I was telling my parents I could not afford to build a 5-bedroom home in this day and age because the cost of living is ridiculous. So what you guys were able to achieve on like 3 times less the salary that I earn now, I can't achieve that now on the salary that I earn now. I don't know how people make it with one income. So if this is a goal of yours, or if this is a passion of yours to start a side hustle, I would strongly suggest that in the end of 2018, you need to start looking at business ideas. If it's something that you do well and it comes naturally to you, like if you are a decorator, if you could bake cakes, if you could type documents or proof edit real fancy, if you're very organized and you think you would be a great personal assistant, all of these are services that you could offer on a part-time basis. What is it that you do well that you could offer as a service for people that can't do it so well? And that's what I did. What I do well is career stuff. That's my scope of vision. That's what I do well. And I charge, and I make money off of it. What is it that you do well that you can offer people and make money from it? Because one income is no income, and going into 2019 with the new the IMF restructuring, that one income is not going to last you past February, right? You can want another payday between the 25th and the 25th. The one income is not going to serve you any longer. So if you're joining me on this webinar, I want you to kind of like do an audit. What is it that I do well? And what is it that I can offer as payment? So I was giving you guys ideas. Can you bake well? Can you, are you good at administrative tasks? Can you help a business owner that isn't good at organizing themselves or typing documents? Is it that you could speak well and you could offer your services speaking or teaching people how to speak? Is it that you could, you like running errands and you're very organized and you could be a personal assistant on Saturdays and Sundays for somebody? Is it that you like kids and you could babysit for people? Don't look at it as my profession is an auditor. Why am I starting a business as a babysitter? Babysitting is something that you do well and comes naturally. And don't get tricked here. Some babysitters make real money. So you have to decide in yourself in 2019, am I going to start my own side hustle and become a business owner? What am I going to do for myself in 2019? That is at this period, in this last quarter, that's going to make my 2019 financially different, because one income is no income. Tip number 10, find a mentor. A mentor, a lot of people that I speak to don't have mentors, and they don't have a circle of friends who are, let me put this tactfully, a circle of friends who push them to be better than where they are now. So most of my friends, I realize my circle of friends has changed significantly in the last 2 years. I still have some like real hardcore, like day one friends, but my main circle of friends, I realize that it's shifted, and most of my friends are business owners. And the reason is because they get it. They know how hard I have to work. They know how hard it is to deal with clients, and they get it. If I go missing for 3 weeks and they don't hear me, they understand. Try to find a mentor in the area that you want to get into, or try to find a mentor if the person has a business and you're trying to start a business. Find a mentor in that area. Mentors will save you from making mistakes, and sometimes costly mistakes that you will make without having a mentor. When I first started out in business, I did not have a mentor, and I made very costly mistakes as a result. Similarly in your career, if you have a mentor in your career, that person may be able to put you on a lot quicker than you trying to navigate your career on your own. So finding a mentor in this last quarter is very important to set you up for 2019. Now, you may tell me, well, Jamila, I don't know where to find a mentor from. You can reach out to people on LinkedIn. You could go to the same networking sessions that I would have told you about, but find a mentor, whether it's in your field or whether it's in a field that you want to pursue. Find a mentor. We have templates on our website with like a draft of how to reach out to people to set up a meeting for them to become your mentor. But there's so many people out there willing to give back and help people who are trying to make a come up, right? So finding a mentor is going to be very critical in these last 3 months. Who's this? Right. In these last 3 months of the year. So I am going to take some questions now before we finish our webinar. I want to thank you so much for waking up and coming on this webinar. I know it's really early. We're going to try to push back the time, but because I'm traveling, the time zone difference, where I'm going is going to be a bit of a challenge, right? But thank you so much. Those are the 10 tips. The 10 tips, the slides will be emailed out to you as well, and the video will be saved. So I want to thank you so much for waking up and spending this Saturday morning with me. Hopefully we can make this an every Saturday thing, and we can grow and develop together professionally. The next webinar will be next Saturday, and the topic, that's my contact information, my email and my cell phone number. So if you want to reach out to me, that is no problem. Thank you for joining on Instagram as well. And yeah, our next webinar will be next Saturday, and Tammy will post on our social media what the webinar topic will be. So I will take a few questions and then I will end live, and you could get on to your normal Saturday business. I'll take questions on Instagram as well on the 10 things we can do to advance your career. So just a quick recap since there are no questions. 1, update your resume. 2, improve your personal brand. 3, create a LinkedIn profile. 4, create a vision board. 5, expand your network by networking. 6, join a professional association. 7, master work-life balance. 8, expand your skill set. 9, start a side hustle. And number 10, find a mentor. So that is today's webinar. Thank you again for joining, and I can just check the chat one more time for questions. Oh, thanks, Crystal. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Okay, so I am going to, is there a chat? Okay. I have never tried the vision board app, but if you send the link, I can check it out, Nisha. Thank you for that. I haven't tried the vision board app, but it's something about putting the Bristol board in front of you and actually cutting out the pictures and writing down stuff. I like to write down stuff. I like to write stuff. I think when you write stuff, that's like putting it in the universe, like speaking it. That's like the laws of attraction. So the vision board app, to me, I'm not saying they aren't effective, but I like to visually see my vision board stuck up on the wall every morning as I'm getting ready. I like to visually see my goals every day and be subconsciously working towards them, because I believe in the laws of attraction. Whatever you put out there comes back. Yes, I like to write and I like to visualize. So I don't think the vision board app will work for me. But for those of you joining on Instagram, we are having a vision board workshop in November. So if you're interested in a physical thing where you could talk to other women, relate, have a nice glass of wine, and relax, we're doing that in November. I think December 1st is a Saturday. We're doing it December 1st. Yes. So if there are no more questions on like finding a mentor or expanding your skill set, thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate you guys stopping in and taking the time to spend today with me. Hopefully next one we can have like a live video. Half of y'all probably in your bed right now. I'm the only one that look decent, but hopefully we can do a live video where we can see everybody's faces. But thank you very much for joining me today. No, I have to figure out how to stop recording. Oh gosh.